No. Really, Marge? Well, confidentially, I've suspected that right along. I have. You know what I've always thought about Betty and Jack. Yeah, well, I've always said if there was ever anything in the world...
Lucy, for goodness sakes, get off the phone.
Pardon me, Marge. Did you say something, Ricky?
Yes, I said, Lucy, for goodness sakes, get off the phone.
Oh, hello, Marge. Bad connection. Where were we? Oh, yeah, Betty. Yeah, uh-huh. She didn't. She couldn't.
Maybe that's why she didn't.
Oh, keep quiet. No, not you, Marge. Well, honey, I never would have thought that of Betty. Oh, goodbye, Marge.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to another vlog. So I'm sitting here. I didn't do jack nothing today, okay? But I had to make this video. I had to. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this up on the My Comfy House probably, and I'll probably sometimes, you guys, just so you know, I'm gonna be making sit-down vlogs, and I'm gonna be talking to you directly into the camera. I have a mic right here, and I was looking for the thing that plugs into the phone so I can talk into it and you can hear me really clear, but I can't find the plug-in thing. You know what I mean? The thing that goes into the plug. So I don't know what to say. I don't know. But I have to talk to you about this, okay? And I'm going back into my old files too for the Christina diaries, because I drove a lot and I've been collecting files since 2024. And I was going to go back and edit a lot of the clips that I have from before we moved here. It probably even before we moved to the vintage house, from the apartment to the house. I have so many pre-recorded videos. I may put them on Christina Diaries, so if you're seeing this on the Christina Diaries too, any sit-down vlogs I do, I will put on the Christina Diaries too, just to keep up real time. I'm dying to put that. I'm dying to put the mic. I want to use this so bad, but I never think about it, and it's got a bottom to it. It's like I don't know what to call it. It's like this little block thing with a pokey thing, and it goes into it has a part of it that plugs directly into the phone, and then this lights up, and then you get to talk into it, and you can hear me clear. So I don't know where the hell that is. It's a problem. I just don't know. So if I sound far away, I'll do my best in editing to try to make my voice clear. There's no fan on or anything, but I will admit that the TV is on downstairs in the kitchen. But I want to talk to you about something. So there's a lady, right, that I've been watching. I really liked her. She's younger. And I'm talking to you guys because I've already been through it. That's the only reason why I'm talking about it. So I'm not being snarky, and I'm not talking shit per se, okay? It's a per se thing, so you can decide. But there's a lady on YouTube that I watch that's pretty young. She's like 41 or 42. She's very young. In my opinion, she's young. And this happens, so I want to talk about it because it happens. So way back in the day when I first decided to do weight loss surgery, and I decided to start watching videos of people that were morbidly obese, that were overweight, that decided to do this surgery, and it was a big deal. It was a big decision. This was before all the Ozempic, all the things that are happening nowadays, you know, where you don't really have to have surgery anymore. Now you could just take a pill or take a shot, and that's the end of it. You know what I mean? But I did learn with the Ozempic, Zepbound, all those Majari or whatever it's called, Majara or whatever, you have to take it for the rest of your life. And so they can take you off of it, but because it's primarily made for diabetics and other diseases, it's not really made for weight loss is the thing. It's just not. So especially Zepbound and Ozempic, it's really not. Ozempic is actually, if you look it up, it's a diabetic medication. Not a doctor. Go talk to your doctor and clear it up. But I'm going to tell you my thoughts and my opinions because it's my channel and I get to do that. But so I've been overweight my whole life. You know, I'm 50 now, 54. I'll be 55 in July. And so once in a while, I have to tell you this, okay? I have to tell you this. I have to tell you this, and you need to comment. You need to comment. So a long time ago when I researched getting this surgery, this weight loss surgery, I came across a lot of women that were overweight, some morbidly obese, meaning that they needed to lose more than 100 pounds. And there's a lot of reasons, that people are overweight. They could have trauma. They could have, just obesity in their family. They could have just poor lifestyle choices or whatever, and some people just, obesity is it's a worldwide epidemic type thing. So there are a lot of people that struggle with it. And some people, will lose the weight and keep it off for a long period of time. Sometimes it comes back, sometimes it doesn't. But a lot of people that you'll watch, or that if you research this, you'll find that a lot of them will talk about how they struggle with obesity their whole entire life. They've never been this, that, or the other. Now, I've been obese my whole life, but right around when I was about 16, I lost 90 pounds. It was like 88 pounds or something like that. And so I experienced being thin for the very first time in my life. And I went from probably right now, what I am right now as an older person, middle-aged. But at the time when I was young, I went from being like a size, 12 or whatever the sizes were back then, to like a size 2. I got to be 100 pounds. So for the very first time when I was like 17, 18, 19, something like that, I got to experience what it was like to be thin. And it's transforming, it's transcending. People see you differently. They treat you differently. People that might know you may treat you a completely different way, this, that, or the other, right? So you go through a whole transformation thing. And that's very, very true. But what happens is these people that lose weight, it's natural for them to want to embrace the transformation of themselves. It's like a butterfly. That's why people get tattoos of butterflies and all this kind of stuff, And that's totally fine. That's totally fine. That's, you're coming into a weight that you should be, that's healthy. You look better, you feel better. People take notice a lot different than they did before. That's for damn sure. And so all of a sudden you see life differently. And a lot of the people at the time when I was researching this period of my life, people were married, had partners, but once they had the surgery and they lost a shit ton of weight, they ended up getting divorced, getting separated. They wanted more. A lot of them were young moms and, married for a long time. And, all of a sudden jealousy became an issue in their relationships and all kinds of stuff, right? Well, fast forward to later as I got to know the internet and I got to know socials. And, then a period, of being in this formal environment for this foundation that would help people that were obese get the surgery. This was way back in the day. There was a lot of talk about the transformation and the transition that people would go through, right? And one of the things you have to do before you get surgery is you have to have a psych evaluation, meaning that, are you prepared for what's going to happen to your body? Are you prepared for all these things that they anticipate that are going to happen? And they try to help you get ready for that, right? And you will change. It's like right now I'm 178 pounds. If I was 120 pounds, I would change. Even though I'm older, I would change. I would feel better. I would look better. I would probably see life better, differently. My health would improve. My attitude would improve. A bunch of things, right? But it wouldn't fix whatever issues I had mentally, right? Because that's just not the way it works. But what happens is that these people that are morbidly obese that lose over 100 pounds, they start exploring surgeries. And this is not just people that have weight loss surgery, because I'm speaking for way back in the day in 2012. We're now in 2026. That was a long time ago. But it stands true universally that weight loss is always the same. It's like a traditional historical thing, It's like there are stages that happen when one sort of morphs out of their old state and turns into something different, right? You blossom, right? You grow, you evolve. And that's all fantastic. But what happens is these people that are morbidly obese end up getting an evaluation for and this doesn't stand true for 2026. What's standing true for 2026 is now it's these injections. So it's not a formal weight loss surgery anymore. But I'll bet you if you go and you research weight loss surgery or Ozempic or any of these GPL1s or whatever the hell they're called, if you go in and you start following people that, you know, have been on the medication and have lost a ton of weight or are losing weight, they're starting to now evaluate, especially if they've lost a significant amount of weight. Now they're going to start going to plastic surgeons and they're going to start looking at what are their next steps. And a lot of people that are morbidly obese have skin issues because, you know, their body was once 3 times the size it was before. Now it's, you know, a tiny body inside of this obese, deflated body, right? So a lot of people will get partial coverage through their insurance to have some of these procedures covered, but it's only usually partially because it's still considered cosmetic. So if you have a skin condition and there's something medically that qualifies you to get an approval of this surgery, this is plastic surgery I'm talking about. These are like the tummy tucks, the mommy makeovers, the breast lifts, the 360 sometimes people get, which is the entire body. That's the arms, legs, stomach, breasts, everything. Sometimes it can be facial too up here, and stuff like that. So with that said, I'm getting to my point just a minute. So at night when I go to bed, I usually get on Instagram. And I knew this was going to happen. This is the reason why I'm talking about it. And I'm not being judgmental at all, because anybody that is morbidly obese, that makes the health choices that they need to make, that decides to do these changes, they are free to do whatever it is that they feel that's going to make them feel the best. But there's a price that comes with all this transformation. It just happens. It happens all the time. It happened in the majority of the community way back in the day that I saw as well. So once in a while, I go on the gossip forums, and I've been keeping up with this lady's progress, right? So she started her journey last year, and she's lost over 100 pounds. Okay, she's lost over 100 pounds using Zepbound, which they say Zepbound is the top notch. It's better than Ozempic. I think Ozempic has been around longer, so I feel like people feel better with Ozempic results because of the actual medication history. Zepbound was a newer medication on the market, and I only know these things because this is what my doctor told me. So you have to consult with your own physician, because I ain't trying to claim myself as any kind of a nutritionist, no physician. I'm not doing none of that. I'm just telling you what my doctor told me, and I'm sharing that as my own understanding of what my doctor and how she explained it to me, okay? Because I fought hard to get Ozempic. I already had it in 2021, and then when it was 100% covered, and I don't know why, but I kind of stopped myself from trying it because it was new on the market at the time, and I was really nervous about having a reaction to it. So I just decided, no, maybe I'll hang on to this medication because it's good for a year. You have to keep it in the refrigerator, but it's good for a year. So at the time though, when I got it, it was 100% covered. And then from 2021 to 2024, it changed. So it wasn't as easy to do it anymore. So even though I sat on that medication and I didn't take it, which I could have already lost my weight within that year, 2021 to 2022, I could have been closely monitored and I could have lost my 80 pounds that I've been needing to lose for a long time. Because what happens is when I had weight gain from my surgery, I called my office and I said, listen, I've got this weight gain and I don't know what to do with it. They call it regain. And so you go in and you talk to your doctor and your nutritionist, you talk to your bariatrician, physician, you talk about options. You can, for people that have this surgery already, there are options for you where if you qualify, you can have something called a revision, which means they go in again and they make changes and all that kind of stuff, right? And by the way, you guys, I'm recording this at 8:30 at night, so I'm in my pajamas, but I never got on my damn pajamas today. Anyway, I'm just going to be honest with you. So I always keep a blanket next to my office, next to my desk. So I explored those options back in 2020. I started exploring revision in 2016. And something inside me just told me not to do it because there were so many people that I went to go see. I went to 2 hospitals and got evaluations and talked about, should I do it? Is it a good idea? I did find a surgeon that was going to do it. And then I can't remember why we didn't do it, but I went to a different hospital and he said, I'll do it. He said, I'm going to go in there and see what's happening and this and that, because I was having a lot of stomach issues. And so he said, what I can do is I can do exploratory surgery and then just do the revision at the same time. And I thought about it. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I didn't have it done. And I'm glad I didn't. So that was back in 2016. And then moving on over the years, like I said, Ozempic came around in 2021, I think. And that's when my doctor talked to me about it. She said, hey, this is new on the market. I'll give it to you. You can take it. And at the time, my coverage gave it to me 100% covered, and I just didn't take it. So that was my bad. Now it's 2026. Girl, you can't get that bitch for nothing. Seriously, they put a lockdown on all that stuff to where the big pharma wants to make all the money off of it, and that they're not going to let insurance companies cover it no matter what. You have to have severe liver disease, severe sleep apnea, or diabetes to the 10th degree, which is insulin and the whole 9. So you can't really get it. Now there's companies, as you can see, that have ways to get it, but it does cost, even with the reduced discounts, even if you go directly to Ozempic or directly to Zepbound, you can get it because it's normally $556, but you can get a discount directly from the manufacturer, or you can go to one of these companies that's giving it in a different form. So I started following this lady, right, which lost over 100 pounds over the course of a year. And as soon as she started losing the weight, I knew what she probably did was talk. I don't know, because I don't know her. But what she probably did, which is what's standard, is when you start to lose the weight, they teach you to have an overall plan. So you go in and you talk to your doctor about, in my case, it was surgery. Nowadays, that's not the case. Nowadays, it's these injection medications, right? So when you go in and you actually find a way or a loophole or whatever to get the medication, or even if you want to pay out of pocket, there's tons of people tracking their progress and sharing their journey and jumping on the wagon and all this kind of stuff, right? So they'll go to their doctor, and depending on how obese they are, they're going to have a plan. So they're going to say, these are your options. What is it that you think? And, I talked to my doctor for me, and there's been a lot of research. Apparently, I'm not a doctor, okay? And I'm not a physician. So you would have to go and talk to your own physician to find out if this is true. But my doctor told me that there's just been so much research on Zepbound in general that it helps a bunch of stuff. It helps menopause. It helps female issues. It helps obesity. It helps a ton of different types of things. So, and then if you're pre-diabetic, you're supposed to qualify. That's why I was very shocked that they didn't give it to me, because I am pre-diabetic. I've been pre-diabetic for a while now. My dad's whole family has diabetes, and that was one of the reasons why I ended up getting gastric bypass, because my doctor said, I'm going to do this for you now, so by the time you enter your 50s, you're not going to have to struggle with this. And I'm glad he did, because I still think it wasn't a mistake. A lot of people in my life think it was a mistake that I did it, but I don't think it was a mistake. So back to the topic at hand. So I've been following this lady, right? And she lost her 100 pounds. Then she started talking about that she went to a plastic surgeon and she had an evaluation, and she decided to get a breast lift and a tummy tuck, right? And so she told people she did this back in the spring of 2025. She wanted to book it immediately, which is usually, something that happens. Usually they'll tell you, when you go get evaluated, they start telling you what they think you should do. They start giving you numbers and all this kind of stuff, especially if you're going to pay out of pocket. If you're doing it through insurance, it's a lot harder, but you can get partial coverage of these procedures. But some people will go and get care credit or whatever, and have these procedures done. And so usually, the mommy makeover, I think, is the most common, which is the stomach and breast. And then I think usually most people, especially most people that lose over 100 to 150 pounds, I was told, usually go back in after the mommy makeover with the tummy tuck and the breast lift and start evaluating their legs, their thighs, their arms. It depends, because this stuff is thousands and thousands of dollars. So she booked her tummy tuck, her mommy makeover, for the end of December. And I knew, because I've already been on this road. I mean, this was, you have to remember, I had my gastric bypass in 2016 or 2012. So it's been a long time. And I saw this already happening back then, you know, and it's kind of universal. It's just what happens. So I knew the stages she was going to go through and go in when she decided to do this. And so, you know, it's a newfound her. She's, you know, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with being proud of your progress. There's nothing wrong with wanting to look better. There's nothing wrong with embracing after your kids get to an age where you feel like you can invest in yourself. And you know what I mean? So I'm not against that, but I knew. So I don't go on the gossip websites very often, but I went on the gossip website last night and I was like, I wonder if what's going to happen with this lady. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if what's up with this lady. Like, and the reason why I do that once in a while is because on these gossip websites, such as the Gossip Bakery, people come out from the woodwork, girl. People they used to work with, neighbors, people that know them, come out on this website or these websites. Usually Reddit, Gossip Bakery, Gossip Guru. There's a lot of websites out there that will tell you the truth about creators. So, especially up and coming creators, rising creators. And so I started from current, which was yesterday, which would have been, I'm recording this on 1/16/2026, so January 16th, the evening of, it's a Friday night. And she made her week 2 update. So at first, when I went on the Gossip Bakery, I started just reading the comments, because it's a Snark website, which means it's designed for people to go on there and talk shit about the creators. That's just what it's made for. So I start reading the comments and I'm like, well, you know, I mean, the comments weren't really that bad. I was like shocked. I'm like, well, why is she in here? Because no one's really saying anything bad about her. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, they do talk a lot of shit about her teeth. They talk a lot of shit about her skin, her chin. I mean, people get petty, you know what I mean? Which is whatever, you know, to each his own. But this was interesting. So I go back from the page to the page before to the page before. And there's this one lady that keeps talking about her. And I guess she's been watching her for a long time. See, I'm new to this lady. I've only been watching her for maybe a year and a half. So this lady says, and they all have like surnames, you know, where like incognito names or whatever, you know, just handles that aren't, obviously they're not going to reveal their true selves or whatever. And a lot of times on these gossip websites, by the way, their spouses, their families, all of them, they troll these gossip websites to find out what people are really saying. But all the people that talk shit are usually in disguise. So, you know, they can't identify them no matter what. They could probably, if they really wanted to get the website taken down or banned or something in 2026, they probably would have to do a cyber investigation where they could figure out where the URLs are coming from or something, you know, like who owns the computer that's actually created the account. And I mean, that's going way deep. But so this one lady starts talking about this lady right here. And she said, and I'm telling you, dude, if you could see what I'm looking at right now, I was like, this lady that's been talking shit about her must know her. And this is the reason why these gossip bakers are fucking crazy. Because a lot of these people that are in disguise know these people personally. And you start to realize that as you read the threads. Girl, so she starts talking about her and she says she needs to go to a dentist. She needs to get her teeth filed. She just always says something about her teeth, okay? Which I think is just bad. So I'm so glad I'm so glad I'm a micro creator. Don't nobody know I'm on this platform, girl. But anyways, so I'm listening, I'm reading this. I read the current comments from yesterday, the 15th of January 2026. So I'm going back, page back. And then there's this one lady, like I said, and she starts talking about, she said, this is the way it's going to work with her. because they knew her from way back. So they were talking about her from like how she used to treat her husband from before she moved into this house that they built. See, I know nothing about this stuff. I don't know. I just watch this creator, that's going through all these changes. So I don't know her. I don't know her anyway, but I'm just saying, like, I'm new to her channel. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. The curious George me. So this lady says that she used to treat her husband like crap. And now all of a sudden she's lost all this weight and she's going overboard and she's like all melting and, like falling into her husband and stuff like that. And then they talked about that house, she was when she first started losing weight, she started taking this medication and, they were pretty nice compared to some stuff that I've read in the same, website for other creators that I watch, because they're brutal to them. Brutal. But this one lady is pinpointing everything. She's saying, well, this is the way it's going to happen. And it makes you wonder if she knows her. So she said, well, first, she said, I'm just getting sick of her, like full of herself, narcissistic, blah, 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 blah. And people that lose weight do that. They get all into themselves. They take selfies. I mean, because when you go on her Instagram, she is flooding it. I mean, she's milking it for everything. They talked about when she's lost 10,000 subscribers, which I did not know that. They said she used to have 85. Now she has 66. They're doing these social blades and stuff. Social blade, you can't really, in my opinion, since I've been on the platform for 15 years, you can't really go by social blade. It's not really accurate. It's in the range of accurate, but it's not really accurate. As well as a lot of these creators sign up with agencies. So they take as many deals as they can. But there are people on this website, on this Snark website, that are making sense, meaning that when you get on with an agent, it's almost like getting on with a broker. So you really lose money when you do that, because even though you're making deals with all these brands, they're brokering you out, like trying to find deals for you, trying to find sponsorships. So they get a cut, right? And then, that reduces the amount that you get for the deal. And then once it goes on YouTube, then you lose money there and, so on and so forth. So this one lady was just saying, I don't understand how she's profiting off of this. But they get paid pretty good money. I mean, if you got more than 20,000 subscribers, and I know this for a fact, most of the deals are anywhere between, and I don't work for this creator, so I don't know her specific stuff, but I know that a lot of these deals are $3,000 to $10,000. So they're, and that's per deal. Does she make that much, this creator I'm talking about? Probably not. But what I'm saying is that these deals, when they cut these deals, they have to be beneficial enough for the agency to make money, for the creator to make money, and then the creator knows that YouTube is going to take 30% of what they make on YouTube. So, you know what I mean? They're losing money all over the place. But what she said, watch, this is the way it's going to go down. She said she's going to get her tummy tuck, and then she's going to go back. She goes, watch, she's going to either have a facelift or get her lips filled, because she already started doing Botox. I don't know why she's doing Botox, but people do Botox all the time, whatever. And she goes, watch, she's going to get her lips filled. She's going to go all the way, like Michaela. She's going to go all the way, Michaela style. Like she's going to get her tummy tuck, her breast lift, then she's going to go back and have her arms done, and then she's going to go back and have her legs done. And, and this happens. It's like getting tattoos, right? Like you get addicted, and the more money they make on the platforms, the more money, they have to spend. And so what's interesting about these Snark websites is these people that talk shit, they're taking the job personal, as if the creators are on the platforms for fun. And that's like talking to people that I know in my life that only use socials for personal use. And I can't relate to that, because I don't use socials for personal use. I don't. I mean, even when I try to, I don't even know how. Like, that's how I have such a hard time with Instagram, especially. So most of these creators are encouraged, to be on every platform, to be on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram. Like, you want to go all the way, because every single platform has a monetization program, and your sponsorships it's like an abyss. Like, you can get sponsorships from everywhere. So that's why these people are making money. And so one of the people in the Snark website said, I don't believe she makes $200,000 a year. Oh yeah, she does. I'm sure she does. Easy. That's how she can do what she's doing. How much is she paying her agency? I don't know. But I just think it's kind of interesting how this lady had it spot on. So, point being, so I'm thinking, well, maybe she won't be like that. You know, I mean, I know the weight loss community, and girl, they dive in deep when it comes to narcissism. They dive right into that glove, and they get carried away, you know, because they're in their prime. They start to shed all the skin, they get the surgery, they're feeling good, they're looking good. But the thing is they forget it doesn't last. Because unless you change your habits for life, and unless you go, some people do. Like I've met a few people in my community, even till this day, from 2012 when they had the surgery, that like this one lady that I used to know. She's on my Facebook, I guess, but she's still a fitness instructor, so she's doing well. I don't think she ever had surgery though. I don't know, because I stopped following her. You know, like I fell off and stopped, you know, communicating and having a lost touch, because I don't know. I used to have like 1,500 people on my Facebook page, and I didn't know any of them. So I did after so many years, you know, I did a flush and just got rid of pretty much all of my followers. And now I have like 11 people on my Facebook. And my Facebook page doesn't really grow because I don't really put a lot of emphasis and attention to it. Because like I said, if you're going to grow on a platform, you got to be on there and you got to know it. So all these people that are making multiple sources of income, they spend a lot of time, you know, trying to understand the platforms, because every algorithm, every platform is different. But these snark and gossip websites, it blows me away how these people must know these people, because some of the things that are shared and leaked of them as creators stand true. It's crazy. Like, I mean, I remember a couple years ago when this one creator that I watched, someone leaked her house, her address. I forget what that's called. I don't think it's called, I forgot what it's called. There's a name for that, right? When someone releases your personal information. But so this lady kept saying, I wish I could show it to you right here. If I can screenshot it, I'll put it right here on here. But it's crazy. And so I didn't even think anything of it. I was just reading it. You know, she said, this is what's going to happen. You know, first she got her tummy tuck and breast lift. She already got Botox. So we're going to have to see what she does with her face, because they keep talking shit about her chin and her face. And I'm like, why that happens with people that are overweight. And what's even probably hilarious is a lot of these people talking shit are probably overweight. So that's just par for the course. I don't know if it's so much jealousy, you know, because anybody can make a change. I don't think it's that. But I think a lot of people just get on the snark websites because they don't understand how someone can turn on a camera and make hundreds of thousands of dollars. But anybody can do it is the answer. Anyone can do it. It's just a personal question of work ethic. You know, you can do it. It can happen for you too. You just have to make it happen. It's that simple. So when I read this big paragraph of what she said was going to happen, I was shocked. Like, you know, because she said first she got the Botox, then she started getting the face treatments. Then she got the plastic surgery. Now she's going to get her lips filled. Well, lo and behold, I just opened her video. Dude, I just opened her video just a second ago. Boom. Her lips are like this. And I'm like, what? So in my mind, and me and my friends talk about this all the time about the bakery, because they know, okay, if it's in the bakery, it's going to ring true somewhere. Because people come out of the fucking woodwork. People they know, neighbors, people they went to school with. It's crazy. And they start leaking real details about these people. And it's nuts. And it's really interesting because the creators that end up becoming big creators, they have, usually, you know, it's their family or close friends or some kind of circle they have working for them or whatever. So it's not always an outside agency. I think McKenna also signed up with an agency in LA, because she just got a deal with, because she's young too. McKenna's in her 30s. She got a deal with, what's it called? Philosophy or anthropology. Her candles got picked up with anthropology. But what happened was she's in the bakery too. But she slipped one day. Because she made a video and her mom called her real name. And she turned around, and I'm shocked she didn't cut this out of her video. But she goes, I'm McKenna. You know what I mean? She looks at her mom and she goes, I'm McKenna. It's not her real name. So that's where you learn. See, when you go to the Gossip Bakery, girl, I will leave a link below. You can look up whoever you want to. But it rings true. Like, you will find out a lot of things that you never even thought of before. I mean, I never knew that some of these people don't even own the houses they live in. I'm not saying that that's every creator, because don't get carried away. Because obviously some of these people really do live in their residences, okay? You can see they make the videos in the same place every day. But I will say that you learn that a lot of these creators that end up making a lot of money end up buying Airbnbs, and then they start using the Airbnbs to film in. So interesting enough. So a lot of times, you know, too, they start making a lot of money and then they start investing in property. So that's another thing, you know, especially when they start traveling out of nowhere, they're probably hunting. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm saying you learn it. You know, you learn the tricks of the trade. Remember, I've been on YouTube for 15 years, so I've met a lot of people along the way, and I've learned the business. So, and I'm not saying that I know it all. I don't, because it's ever changing. It's literally changing by the day, by the month, by the year, by the week. Social media changes in a blink of an eye. So if you're not keeping up and you don't know what's going on, then you can lose out, because that's how fast it changes. You know, one week you hear this, the next week you hear this, 1 month you hear this, and then, you know, another month you hear this. Something's trending, then it's not, then it's trending, then it's not. You know what I mean? It's like they tell you to do one thing, then you do it, then they say, oh, don't do that anymore. First it was long-term content, then it was short-term content, then they go back to long-term content. Then it mattered what your background looked like, then it didn't. And then people started making videos in their cars and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like nobody knows really what's going to take off. And now we have AI. But lo and behold, girl, I opened this fucking video and her lips are twice the size. And I went, God damn. So this lady that's talking shit, and I will leave the link below to the bakery. You have to find the creator. I'm not going to go that far, but I am going to leave the link to the bakery in the description box. All you have to do is go to the bakery. You can sign up and make an account if you want to. I did, because I did a research video on another channel that I had a long time ago. It was like in 2020 I did this. So I've been registered with the bakery for a long time, but I don't use it. I mean, I get notifications for it, but I don't really use it. Once in a while, if I'm curious about a creator, I will go and start reading about them, because half that shit in that thing is true. So if you really want to know about a creator, all you got to do is just Google them and you'll see whatever forums they're coming up on. And then usually you can find out the truth about a lot of people. And it's just, I couldn't believe it. Lo and behold, man, there's her fucking lips. And you can see where her injections are. I just can't even believe it. I was like, no, the freak way. So that's how I knew this lady that started, because they kept saying this lady that was making the comments in the bakery was new. And I thought, this bitch must know her. And me and my friends, we talk about this occasionally every time, especially like and I have a friend that silently goes in the bakery and reads, make sure she's not in there. And it's just crazy. It's crazy the things that you find out about creators, because half the time they're just not telling you the truth. Honestly, they are not what you see. They are not what you think. You know, I'm not saying that. I mean, you know, you need to allow them some entitlement of privacy, because they deserve that. You know, it's like a celebrity. I mean, they do put themselves out there in public on the platform, so I understand that the public feels like they have a right to know, but there is a fine line between, they're still a human being, they still deserve some form of privacy, especially if they have a family, if they have spouses, kids, the whole thing. But they put themselves in hot water, because they start telling lies and they start doing things, and they don't think that the people that they trust or the people that they know are leaking shit about them. And half the time it's people that they know. So, because remember, these gossip forums are pseudos. They're not going to tell the websites who they really are. They're just going to start leaking shit that they really know. So lo and behold, girl, here she is right here. 10 seconds into it and her lips are twice the size. And I'm like, God damn, that lady must know her. So I just thought I would share that. You know, weight loss it's a great thing. It's exciting, you know, when you lose weight and you feel better and you look better, and you're never too young. You're never too old to make changes, you know, regardless in your life, your physical being, your mental health, anything. You're never too old to do that. But here she is. And it couldn't be more goddamn evident. I'm like, really? Did you have to get your lips that full so that now and I'm telling you right now, I'm going to read let's go in the bakery right now. Right now, here. Because I know people already saw her video. I don't know what time did she put it out. I don't know what time she put it out. Let me go in the bakery right now and tell you right now. Oh, snap. Gossip Bakery. Ooh, there she is. She came up. Oh, crap. Is it a nice thing to do? Of course not. It's not a nice thing to do. Would I want someone to do it to me? No. Will it happen eventually if I keep making videos? Probably. But you have to be important enough. And I'm not, thank God. Because I wouldn't want people to, whatever. I don't know. People can say whatever the fuck they want. Like the Killer Lisa or whatever says, Killa Lisa on Instagram. I'll leave the link below to her account. But she's like, mind your fucking business. Mind your business. She always says it. Mind your business. Okay, so, God, see how meticulous they get? For a 5'2" woman, an American Eagle size 4 typically fits someone around 100 to 115 pounds, but it's more about measurements like waist, around 23 to 25 inches, and hips as body shapes vary, and American Eagle sizing can differ slightly by style, stretchier fabrics, blah, blah, blah. It's best to check the official American Eagle sizing, but that doesn't matter. What do these people even care? I agree she can't be a size 4 at her height and weight. She has a well, I don't know though. I mean if you know anything about people that are pear-shaped, their waist is usually smaller and their butt is usually bigger. So usually they wear a bigger size because of their butt. Because I'm an apple shaped, so my stomach protrudes and I don't have a butt, so therefore I have to wear big sizes because my stomach, you know what I mean, is always an issue. She has a 20.5 BMI, 29.5, which, look at, they're like meticulously breaking this thing down all the way down to the microscopic. I wear an 8 at American Eagle, and that is in their more fitting jeans. I can wear 6 in jeans at Old Navy, but nowhere near 4. I am smaller at the bottom. I'm heavy. She is naturally big in the legs and thighs. Yeah, but most pear-shaped people are, so that's a given. It's just nature. She's not a size 6. She is nuts. She is not even a size 8 if she were a true size. But that's kind of strange, though, because she tried on a pair of jeans and she had the tag on the jeans. And it was, I don't know, it was a size, I don't know, maybe it was a stretchy pair of fucking jeans. Who cares? Like, dude, who cares? I've been watching bits of her older videos piecing. Look at, they're Inspector Gadgeting her videos. I've been watching bits of older videos to piece things together. One of the videos, they were moving to Massachusetts. The next video, they were building in Connecticut. What did I miss? Well, I thought someone said a long time ago, or maybe it was her, because I watched a video that was older. And she said, she, meaning the creator girl, said that they lived with, I think it's her mom, or, well, they're both, I thought they were, is it her that's from California? I think she's from California and he's from, I can't remember. She said where he was from, or I thought she said he was from Texas. So Massachusetts is kind of weird. I have always defended her size until today. She's not a size 4. There's no way. Her lips definitely look strange. Maybe injections. Her skin looks a lot better, but without the tanners, her double chin is more prominent. Who cares, dude? I mean, we all have it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm sorry. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Or I forgot. I mean, did the mirror tell you were perfect this morning? Because you're hiding behind a picture of a dog and a muffin. Okay? The weight loss surgery storyline will soon fade away. She didn't have... yeah, that's true. She needs to diversify her content to survive. I think she saw weight loss surgery storyline will soon fade away, yada yada. She needs to diversify her content to survive. I think I saw she gets a handful of new views weekly. Oh man. She bought a 6 in boyfriend jeans. I go down 2 sizes in that style. I would totally accept that she's truly a 10, but definitely not a 6 across the board. Any boyfriend jean are meant to be baggier style. Oh God. I have followed a Houston area blogger for a long time. She's 5 feet and weighs about 105 to 107 pounds. She just posted a very comprehensive overview of her long body recomposition. She wanted to be in the best shape of her life at 50. She is very lean, lots of muscle, not a lot of body fat. She is very toned in shape. She is a size 2. There ain't no way, 5'2" or so, around 100 to 160 to 165. I was actually shocked, to be honest. I was kind of really surprised that her doctor gave her a tummy tuck this early, but maybe she's almost to her goal weight, so maybe that's why they did it, because normally they want you to lose as much weight as you can possibly lose before they do it. This idiot is delusional, and she really needs to think about what kind of shit she's planting in people's heads about how important it is to... Oh. These people act like people are morons. They're not morons. You get to believe her or don't believe her. Who cares? She is so hyper-focused on the size label. Well, most people that lose weight, though, are. Size is, focusing on numbers and stuff. That's just what weight loss is about. These people act like they don't weigh themselves every goddamn day and focus on the numbers. Everybody does. No one would give a damn if she's a size 4 or 14 if she was just honest about it. If she dressed just to fit her body, regardless of what's on the tag, she'd look 1,000 times better. I've seen it before. Just because you can squeeze her fat. Oh my God. I follow the same blogger, and you make excellent points. That's it. That's all that's happened thus far. But I mean, as you can see, her snark isn't bad though, because there's other creators they tear apart like dogs. So they're being kind, to be honest. Just because they're saying she's not what she says she is, who cares if she isn't? I don't think she's a size 4 either. I didn't think that at all, but who am I? I don't know. I don't live with her. I don't know her. Maybe she is. Who cares? You know what I mean? Maybe she did buy a stretch pair of 4s or 6s or whatever to get into it. Maybe she knew she couldn't do a solid cotton size. These people are crazy. Anyway. I mean, it's not a big deal if she got fillers. Who cares, really? Honestly, who cares? The problem is, though, is that it's very prominent. And when you first get your lip injections, as many creators have said, your lips get super swollen, depending on how much filler you have put in them. And then they have to settle down. Trisha Paytas is ideal for that. But you can definitely tell. I don't think she has a lip plumper on. She's probably going to say, oh, I had a lip plumper on, blah, blah, blah. I don't think so. I think you can tell on the sides of her mouth, down here and right here, where they put the needle injections, that she had it. So, I mean, it is what it, but what I'm saying is, who cares? I mean, if she doesn't want to announce it in the video, what would really be bad is if she went and recorded her video and didn't think that her subscribers would notice. That's what would make it really bad. But even so, she really doesn't have to tell anybody anything, to be honest. She doesn't have to say shit. She doesn't have to tell anybody. So, there you go.
Lucy, what's going on around here?